This is Eagle Owl, and today we're going to talk about A.J. Brown hamstring. Also, we got to talk about Devonta Smith. He came back and he went to work. And lastly, Eli Ricks is emerging as CB2. And of course, we're going to go over all the training camp notes, but let's get straight into it. Right, man, we're going to get straight into the topic. So let's hop straight into the injury report. So as reported, A.J. Brown is dealing with a hamstring. Just to give a little update on that, I heard it was more of a precaution thing. Like, he's perfectly fine. Like, we had a game the next day, he'll be able to go. But Mike Garafolo put out there, like, A.J. Brown is good. Nothing to worry about. But that injury report is getting pretty long. So you have A.J. Brown, Zach Bond still dealing with the back, Lewis Seen hamstring, Montrell Johnson, my guy, hate to see UDFAs get hurt, hamstring, Terrence Marshall still dealing with the knee, Ben Van Sumeren, ankle, Trevor Keegan, back, Mac McWilliams, quad. Then you got Jihaad Campbell, limited, Nolan Smith, limited, E.J. Jenkins, limited, Andrew Makuba, limited, Charlie Huglet, don't really know too much about him, but he was on injury report, limited. Then Devonta Smith was back, limited. So let's start with the cornerbacks, man. You know how I usually put in the timestamps Adoree Jackson versus Kelee Ringo, but I might got to add Eli Ricks in there. So Adoree Jackson started the day off as in the ones or whatever. He got beat a couple times. Kelee Ringo got beat a couple times. Hell, even Eli Ricks, he probably got beat like one time that I know by Darius Cooper. But what is happening in this matchup is that there's really no separation between Kelee Ringo and Adoree Jackson. But who's really separating themselves in a good way is Eli Ricks. And now let me be fair about this when I make this assessment. Eli Ricks is getting some first team reps, but he's not getting as much as Adoree Jackson and Kelee Ringo. But who look technically better, who's making more plays, who look better guarding the receivers right now is Eli Ricks. Now, I got to see Eli Ricks against Devonta Smith. I got to see Eli Ricks against A.J. Brown. Like, I got to see him match up against more of those guys than the second team guys, is because I want to really see where he at. Because this the thing. This is what's going to make fans really angry and then want to burn down, like, go get another cornerback. If they hear week one is Eli Ricks and Quinyon Mitchell, I think that might be the best duo right now based on the notes, based on what I'm hearing. Eli Ricks should be CB2. But to be fair to the other two, Kelee Ringo and Adoree Jackson, they mainly going up against the ones. Again, maybe Eli Ricks come in the slot a couple times. Seen he caught a pick the other day. But other than that, he really been on the twos. But he been locking down the twos like heavily. And when you see, well, Kelee Ringo and Adoree Jackson match up against some of these twos, they been getting burnt. Like Elijah Cooks. He been burning those dudes, but Eli Ricks been doing a great job against Elijah Cooks. A lot of people were like, yo, he made a play on Elijah Cooks. Elijah Cooks almost had one of those spectacular catches again. Eli Ricks shut that down. So, you know, Eli Ricks had about 5.4 PBUs, which is really good. Only one catch I seen reported against Darius Cooper. But other than that, they said Eli Ricks' development from year one to now is insane. So it's one of those things I have to see. 1 and 2, I got to see him against the ones just a little more before I make that assessment. But the margin's starting to widen, whereas though we might have no choice but to play Eli Ricks more in the ones and see what we can do. Or it's what I'm hearing. So obviously I'm not physically there, so I'm getting notes from this guy, that guy, reading stuff, and you could pull up multiple articles, use whatever you want to use. It's Eli Ricks. Eli Ricks should be in the running. Eli Ricks, I'm telling you. It's having one of those camps, man. Like I said, Devonta Smith in the beginning. I don't like to talk about the stars, but he been out for quite some time. Had a leap and catch over the middle. Devonta Smith just came back in style, getting open, getting catches, doing what the Slim Reaper do. I always thought like that's what the offense was missing. Even with AJ Brown being out, the offense did pretty good. But Devonta Smith, I'm telling you, you ain't gonna shut him down for too long. He gonna find a way to get open. Whereas though AJ Brown, he'll bully his way to get open. Devonta Smith, man, he's a hard guy to cover. So he came back in style, man. I mean, what can I say? How much more can I praise Devonta Smith? So welcome back. Hopefully he practiced. Do we got practice tomorrow? I'm saying it like I'm on the team. I'm not sure, but I'll be on the lookout for that. So let's talk a little Jihaad Campbell. Jihaad Campbell had a really good day. He got a couple sacks, or he got a sack. Stopped some run plays, and they starting to mix some in as edge. So even if, because I personally believe Trotter Jr. is going to start, so even if Jihaad Campbell doesn't start, that doesn't matter because he's going to see the field one way or other. Like, he's been at the edge with the first team. He's been at linebacker since Zach Bond been out, doing really good there. And then you had Smile Munden subbing in, and Lance Dixon. Remember that name. That guy keeps subbing in with the first team. Undrafted free agent out of Toledo, Lance Dixon. He's constantly subbing in, and Smile Munden Jr. So we just moving around Jihaad Campbell, see where he fit best. And again, I thought he had a really good day based on what I heard. Again, sack, stopping the run, and coverage. He dropped back in coverage a couple times. Him and Nolan Smith on opposite sides, I heard, look really dangerous. I'm sorry, not him and Nolan Smith. Him and Jalen Hunt on opposite side look really dangerous. So, yeah, man, Jihaad Campbell, he's going to be fun to watch where we put him. Is he going to just be this hybrid guy? I really don't know yet. I don't know. But Jihaad Campbell had a good day. He really had a good day. But let's talk about the Lance Dixon guy. You guys know I don't like to talk about the popular name too much. That guy is having a strong camp out of Toledo. I can't keep forgetting about him. He had a couple stops. He worked his way up. It was third team, second team. Now he's starting to get those first team reps. He's taking advantage of his opportunities, especially the injuries at linebacker with Zach Bond. Then we know about Nakobe Dean. But when Lance Dixon get in there, he makes some noise. So he's having a strong camp. I remember in my last video, I'm like, yeah, maybe we shelf him, put him on the practice squad. But again, with Nakobe Dean possibly be on the PUP list, you got a guy that can come up and possibly make the team, while Nakobe Dean recovers. So that linebacker group is just strong. It's just strong, man. Shout out to Lance Dixon, man. About Tanner Mckee a bit. I thought Tanner Mckee, or I think, and I know Tanner Mckee is having a strong camp. He looked really good. I'm hearing like he don't look like your typical QB2 while he's not athletic, can't run. Him and Jalen Hurts got really different playing styles, but him as a QB2 is really good to have. Like, he's balling. He's putting the ball right on the money. He's very accurate. He been red hot. So Tanner Mckee, he got that QB2 spot locked up. But that QB3 spot, it was Kyle McCord. I remember the first week. But so far, it's been DTR. Now, do we keep 4 quarterbacks? I don't know, but Kyle McCord, he's not looking too good. They probably do the phantom injury to him. I don't know. But right now, DTR is taking the snaps, and DTR is a good quarterback. So that's not surprising. But I wonder what we do with Kyle McCord if he can't make the team. So a lot of people saying, like, during the preseason, you know how it usually go, QB2 start, and then it's like QB3, QB4. They're saying that QB3 might be DTR getting a lot of snaps in preseason, then Kyle McCord come in like fourth quarter or whatever, because DTR has been that good or that way ahead of Kyle McCord, which is, to me, it's not surprising. But we did draft Kyle McCord, like, 5th round or so. Do we just cut bait like that? I don't know, but I could see him getting a Anaya Smith knee injury per se. So Azeez Ojulari and Joshua Uche. I want to talk about those guys because those guys are starting to separate themselves. So those guys, besides Nolan Smith and Jalen Hunt, Azeez Ojulari and Joshua Uche is doing really good. But I heard Joshua Uche was like doing his thing, beating Lane Johnson, getting sacks, stopping the run, getting pressures. Like he had one of those days, like it took him back to the Patriots days. Like he really trying to make this team. And Azeez Ojulari, he's starting to remain to get more first team reps. So those two, possibly both of them will make the team, but those two are battling, I guess, for extra snaps. And right now, I'm not sure who's ahead, but it'll be one day Joshua Uche just doing his thing. Then there'll be a day where Azeez Ojulari just doing his thing. So those two is good to have just in general. You just have a deep edge rushing group. And now they're starting to, intertwine or interject and Jihaad Campbell with that edge group. So the edge group is looking really strong right now. Again, especially with Azeez and Joshua Uche doing their thing. A lot of people been asking me, what's going on with APR? What's going on? I'm like, he got a sack the other day, but that's it. So he got some second team reps. Kendall Lamb, the guy we got from the Dolphins that was a free agent, beating him off the edge, speed rushing. So he been getting a lot of second team reps. I'm not sure if he got any first team reps, but APR, Antoine Powell Ryland, he's doing okay. I mean, I can't say like he's just standing out doing what he got to do, but when he make plays, he make plays. So that's really the update I have on him. He made a play in the special team, second team, again against Kendall Lamb, who's a really good left tackle. He's really good, but APR got the best of him yesterday. So shout out to APR, man. I want to talk about a tight end, this tight end battle between Nick Muse and Kalen Grayson. Now, Kalen Grayson, I'm hearing, if I'm saying this name right, let me know. If I'm saying it wrong, let me know. Kalen Grayson, the tight end, that tight end 3 battle is starting to heat up between him and Nick Muse. Kalen Grayson had the catch of the day, tiptoed on the sideline, caught some crazy throw by Mckee. And it was sweet. I heard it was right on the money, and Kalen Grayson did his thing, catching the ball, looking good. So between him and Nick Muse with that tight end 3 spot, I don't really know who it go to. So again, I just wanted to mention his name a bit because he's starting to appear a lot more, especially in a lot of articles. Like, he's starting to look good, especially in the pass game. So guy we watched during preseason, we got to watch and see what he do. Now, I want to talk about Myles Hinton again. So Myles Hinton was one of the few guys that's given Gabe Hall, out of all guys, Gabe Hall the most problems. So Gabe Hall is having like a really good camp, but Myles Hinton is having a great camp. He should be a lot to make this team. The guy out of Michigan, Myles Hinton, is looking really good, holding up his own. I wonder if they'll try him at guard. Maybe he's too big. Maybe, you look at him as a future right tackle. But right now, he's giving fits, especially him being that young. Like, the other guys are struggling as far as the linemen. Like, Drew Kendall had his bad days. Who else? Cam Williams are having, like, bad days, more bad than good. But you expect that from rookies. But Myles Hinton is out there playing like he's been in the league for a while. So he's starting to look like a steal, a really good draft pick. So Myles Hinton, he might be that next guy up. If Lane Johnson get hurt or whatever, we might throw in Myles Hinton there and see what he can do. So the guy out of Michigan is looking good. I wasn't sure if I should talk about Moro Ojomo because we know what he is. We know what he's doing. And, like, he, again, merging as a star, giving everybody fits. Moro Ojomo, I mean, how many times can I talk so positively about him? He's starting to become in that category as a star, and I try to stay away from talking about stars. You see, I ain't even talk about Jalen Hurts, and I won't talk about Jalen Hurts because we know what Jalen Hurts can do. But Moro Ojomo, I'm almost about to put him in that category, man, with the stars. But shout out to Moro Ojomo again, just another strong day. But short one, man. I just want to talk about my UDFAs and stuff. I try to do these like in 20 minutes or so. But, the big thing is, to be honest, is just the cornerback room. Like, what are we going to do with that? Do we bring somebody in? I didn't hear too much about the safeties too much. Pretty much what I'm hearing is that the ball not really coming Sidney Brown way. And it's been pretty quiet for Sidney Brown, which is a good thing. Because if he was doing bad, trust me, it'd be reported. But it's just that cornerback spot. Do we give Eli Ricks more first team reps? Is Keely Ringo and Adoree Jackson really not that great? Do we trade for somebody? Do we just rock out? I mean, we won the Super Bowl back in 2017, and to be honest, the corners weren't like great. Like we won with Jalen Mills and Ronald Darby. Like you could win with the corners we have now. But right now, if you ask me, based on the notes, based on what I'm hearing, who is my favorite, it's Eli Ricks. I think you should give him a chance. Give him a chance to see what he got. The linebacker battle, to me, I know you guys don't want to hear it, but it's pretty much locked up. I would go with Trotter Jr. and Zach Bond, and then you just find ways to get Jihaad Campbell on the field some way, somehow, which you would find ways to get him on the field. But right now, Trotter Jr. is getting the majority of the snaps, and Zach Bond is the guy we just paid. So that's to me right now so far. And that's no knock on Jihaad Campbell. Trotter Jr. is going into year 2, same system. Where's still Jihaad Campbell's a rookie. He's still trying to figure it out. So I know those debate battles, but to me, that's what it is. I can't talk about the safety battle because Andrew Mckee not even playing in the 11 on 11s. But yeah, man, again, that's all I got for you guys. And that's my opinion on the battles so far, my personal opinion. But this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm out.